Hey, what's up, travelers? Thank you for tuning into this video of mine where I will be elaborating and speaking about languages and the vibrations that certain syllables carry. And I'm gonna try to correlate certain meanings to certain syllables and certain sounds. Because a lot of people, when they study the esoteric, they give a lot of actual importance to words, and I think it's kind of true. If you're actually spelling something, if you're trying to cast a spell, you have to know what tools you're working with. So if you get familiar with the actual meanings and the vibrations that you feel from sounds, you're going to be able to actually mold and build something in the sound realm, in the invisible realm. Some people see sounds actually, or maybe you've seen sound on acid or something before. But yeah, so let's just start, right? So what kind of inspired me to start elaborating on that today was that I kind of realized that the sun in astrology is linked to the self, and at the same time it is linked to vision. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny, because the self in English is I, right? The pronoun I. But at the same time, the vision you see with your eye. And the sun kind of casts this light, light. So it kind of got me to realize, I was like, there's a certain vibration to I. And then I was like, I kind of realized that things that have I in them are kind of like on the positive or physical side of the spectrum of things, on the yang side, So just think about it. There's the I, there's a lie, so that's an illusion as to what you see, mostly coming from the light that you interpret mostly from your right hemisphere or your right perception of reality. So everything I is kind of, it talks about a certain positive side of things. And maybe you're thinking about night, right? But night, I noticed that when there is an N, it means there's a certain negation of something. So when it's the night, there is no "ite," night. Anyway, so when you're bringing something into the physical realm and you write it, it's positive. You should try. Try, it's positive again. Maybe you'll get it in your sight. Maybe, and I got my little list of words here, maybe you could get in a fight, this is really active. Maybe you want to smite someone, or smite a demon or something. And even in French, when you say you are something, to be is être. So there's still the I, even cross languages, the vibrations often are linked or similar. So I would actually be curious if you speak any language, even if you speak English and you got other words to add to the lexicon or whatever. And I'm just not just going to go over it, right? I'll talk about other stuff also. But I would actually be curious to see what you can come up with and kind of see what other languages have to bring to that, right? So yeah, I was saying that when there is an N, there's an actual negation, and I think most people, they know that. Now this is knowing. It's just the English language is kind of crafted in a weird way also. So sometimes I feel like it was crafted to kind of like fuck our minds a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, everything that's N kind of deals with a lack of something. And just lack, if you're looking at N with Negro, which means black, or lack, black, you see it kind of links there. And if you think about drugs, this is almost like, this is a weird train of thought, but crack and smack, already in those words, which are drug slangs, there you could see the lack vibration in them, a track. Anyway, when there's a neutron, the N, the neutron is actually the negative part of the atom, or when there's none, or when you're trying to negotiate, when you're putting your less ego, negotiate, you're putting aside a bit your ego so that you could negotiate something. Now, when I was kind of like bringing my thought, I was like, okay, right, this is all positive stuff. So what about left? Well, if you rearrange the letters in right, it does try. And if you rearrange the letters in left, it does felt. So you got like the yin yang side of things. And then I was like, how can I use the left vibration? So there's deaf, so you lack hearing. There's death when you lack life. And I mean, there's probably a lot of other ones, but anyway. And then I kind of was like, okay, so if I came to know that because of the sun, which represents the eye and the light and right and white, you know, what about the moon? So I kind of noticed that everything that has the or vibration or sound to it kind of like represents a certain yin power, a certain feminine power. So, or like a lack of something, or a space in which something can be put, you know, really a yin principle. So there's a raccoon in the night, you know, like a little slick creature, a moon, a tomb, which contains us when we die. So there's really the yin dark side of things in there. The womb, you know, you could say a room, because a room is a space in which you can put things, or even to zoom into something, because you're using like a yin energy to bring something closer to your perspective. A typhoon, which absorbs stuff. A balloon, which contains air. A spoon, in which you can put something. And even soon, because it's a place and time, you know, it's a space and time. And then I was like, wait, does that make sense? Yeah. And you know how I said night is like I don't know if I said it, but anyway, the night is like the negation of light, you know. So at night, even though it's it's like there's no light. What about noon? Noon, there is no yin really energy. There's light, so it's noon. If you see a goon, it's someone who's up to no good, so it's a goon. So, you know, and then I was like, you know, in Arabic folklore, it's like a jinn. So it's like a G, like a god, but there's no N. It's like a, you know, a godless creature. And I mean, this is up to like symbolical interpretation. Like you could probably see like good genies or whatever. This is up to your own belief. But yeah, this is my train of thought for now. And by the way, if you're wondering, the actual mantra that's playing in the background is the hum, is the throat chakra mantra. So thanks for tuning in. I hope I don't know, hope is a weak word. It's like whole, you know, hope, or rope. Hope, nope, cope, dope. You know, the hope, I don't know, it's got a weird vibration. We'll have a good one.